It is 12 noon. Welcome back in on this. We call it a Football Friday because we talk football every single day. Thanks for tuning us in. Earlier in the program, we heard from Barrett Sallee from the Braves Radio Network as the Braves pretty much playing out the string the rest of the season. We talked to Wimp Sanderson. Today is Coach Sanderson's birthday, so we wished him a happy birthday. Had some interesting stories. So if you missed any of those interviews, you can always go and download the Three Man Front podcast. Auburn today, we've got a scrimmage that's happening down there. Hugh Freeze told members of the media a couple days ago that he hoped to get 30 plays with the ones, 30 plays with the twos, and probably about 20 with the threes. So this will be the first of three scrimmages down on the plains of Auburn. So as information becomes readily available, we will pass that along to the audience. Also from Auburn today, Auburn wide receiver Malcolm Simmons' defense has requested youthful offender status during a hearing at the Lee County Justice Center after the sophomore was arrested for domestic assault on July 16th. Youthful offender status is available in the state of Alabama to anyone 20 or younger. If granted, Simmons will not enter into a jury trial. And for the record, anything involved in the case will be closed off to the public. So the judge has not ruled anything further today, but that is what the defense attorneys has presented, youthful offender status for Malcolm Simmons.
One of our favorite guests. He joins us on Fridays. He's also the host of a very, very entertaining, if you've never checked it out, college football bubble bath. It's Demetri Ravanos, and he joins us on the Higginbotham Hotline. Demetri, are you still in Greece?
No, I am sitting on my back porch in Raleigh, North Carolina right now.
When you recollect about your family and your time there in Greece, was it the best vacation that you've ever been on?
I'm going to say something that is going to make every Greek in America very upset. No, it was fine, but I've done it. I don't see myself ever going back.
Ever?
Really?
Never?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen Greece. Like it's beautiful, but it's just not my thing. I'm more of a national parks kind of guy.
Oh, wow. All right, so let's talk about this week's topic of discussion, SEC Unfiltered, the college football bubble bath, and it has to do on the political side of things, as it was announced here recently that Derek Dooley, the son of the famed Georgia head coach Vince Dooley, has decided he's going to throw his hat in the ring and run for the U.S. Senate out of the state of Georgia.
I've never heard a dumber idea in my life. I mean, it is not just that here is a guy with no real tie to Georgia. I understand he is Vince Dooley's son, but he didn't go to Georgia. He never coached at Georgia. And I don't know if this was even discussed by the Dooley campaign, but in 2025, things are much better at Georgia than they were under Vince Dooley. Like, what sort of nostalgia is he hoping to play on here? And to top it all off, he was the head coach of one of Georgia's rivals and maybe one of the worst head coaches the SEC has seen since the turn of the century.
That's your platform, Demetri. He takes a page, kind of a reverse Tommy Tuberville when he was running for Senate here in the state of Alabama. He told Alabama fans, if it wasn't for me in the 6 in a row, you never would have gotten Nick Saban. So I think Derek Dooley appeals to the Georgia voters, and he says, look, Tennessee's a rival, but look what I did to keep them down.
I mean, very fair, right? Like, I always had my issues with Tommy Tuberville because, like, when Tom Osborne became the senator from the state of Nebraska, he was doing it on the back of coaching one of the best college football teams of all time, multiple national championships. Tommy Tuberville beat Tyler Watts once and made that his whole personality and got into the Senate because of it. I did not think the bar could possibly be lower for football achievement to make it your political platform. And then along comes Derek Dooley, the walking definition of I did not think the bar could be lower.
I think the commercial, if I'm his political team and putting out commercials, we have fun with it. And I think in one of the commercials that appeals to the voters, you say, look, I can't be any worse as your senator than I was as a college football coach. People will love it. People will love it. They will vote for him.
Here's the thing, right? Like, I think the politics of this are completely to the side. If I were a day in, day out political wonk reporter on Capitol Hill, and I get a chance to Derek Dooley, the only thing I want to talk to him about is 13 men on the field against LSU. We are not talking politics at all. I'm asking where he got the orange pants. I'm asking him what happened in that meeting where he had to teach his team how to shower because they all had staph infections. Like, the Derek Dooley lore is so incredibly stupid. And this is the thing. This is the thing that makes me feel like he's one of the worst coaches in SEC history, guys, is Tennessee wasn't even losing in hilarious ways. He was just a bad coach surrounded by uncreative assistants. Like, he is the beginning of hope bleeding out of Knoxville.
Demetri Ravanos joins us here from, of course, the SEC Unfiltered College Football Bubble Bath here on Three Man Front. All right, so you've already established that you're not a Derek Dooley fan. How do you think the people in the state of Georgia is going to play this off? Because let me tell you, a lot of people that was not in the state borders of Alabama, they did not think Tommy Tuberville would win the U.S. Senate seat. He was going up against Doug Jones, who was a very successful attorney who prosecuted the civil rights cases and the bomber here in the Birmingham area. And Tommy Tuberville absolutely waxed the floor with him. I'm talking about 65, almost 70% of the voters in the state of Alabama voted for Tommy Tuberville, and that included Alabama fans. So how do you think Derek Dooley's going to play off in this election?
Well, first of all, regardless of what your politics are, as an Alabama fan, voting for Tommy Tuberville is the greatest betrayal of your school. Give back all of your merchandise, and if you have won a diploma, shame on you. You're a garbage human being. Now, when it comes to Derek Dooley, I think the difference here is Alabama's ruby red, right? And that played in to a lot of people's decision to vote for Tommy Tuberville. Derek Dooley's in the Republican primary. He can't even rely on that. I don't get it. I think Derek Dooley is entering this to spend a lot of money to maybe finish third in the primary, not even in the election.
I would think, and Georgia is probably a little closer to split when it comes to Democrat and Republican as opposed to the state of Alabama. Would you not think so, Pat?
I agree.
When Tuberville ran against Doug Jones, you got more conservative voters. Maybe, I don't know if that helps him, if that hurts him, but I don't know why you would want to jump into the political realm.
I don't either. I mean, I live up here in North Carolina. We are like the definition of a purple state, right? And our former governor, Roy Cooper, just decided to jump in for the Democrat nomination for Senate. And I was shocked because I thought Roy Cooper had a good thing going leading the group that's trying to get a Major League Baseball team here. I would think that is an easier fight than trying to be in a political campaign, regardless of which side of the aisle you are on in 2025. I'm with you, Ledger. Like, I don't get why people would want to do it. I get that both sides are very passionate about the direction of the country, but at the end of the day, and this is something I try to teach my children, doing nothing is always easier and more enjoyable than trying. I don't understand why people would want to get into politics.
If I give you the choice, Demetri, you can choose to jump into politics or you can work security at a WNBA game. And which one are you choosing?
I mean, I feel like I'm at least coming home with a collection of new paraphernalia if I'm working security at a WNBA game.
Fair.
Too far? Are we good?
No. Trust me. If
we've
you didn't
done a
tune
lot
in for the
worse.
first 2 hours, we're definitely good there.
I do love the stories about, bag checks and how they are heightening the security around WNBA games because somewhere someone is thinking about an Ocean's 11 style movie of a crew gathering to do one last job to throw a toy on the court at a WNBA game right now.
And it's going to feature that little Asian acrobat that can bend in so many ways.
That's right.
You put him in like a ball bag, and
he's gonna. Rough choice of words there.
Yeah.
He's going to pop out of like the rack that they use for shoot around. He'll just pop right up there and throw the rubber phallus onto the court.
Well, your choice of words wasn't great there. I wasn't talking about phallus.
Hey, the good news is that Ryan Haney's got Demetri's number. So
Yeah.
if he says anything, then he'll just have to deal with Ryan himself. So
Yeah.
it wasn't us.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
Demetri.
I used to tell all of my. Oh, did we lose me?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. I used to tell all of my old radio partners that I grew up in detention a lot. I'm used to sitting in the principal's office and taking the verbal beating. So if I have to do that for you boys, I'm happy to.
Well, the thing that amazes Conrad and Molly at times is when I go down the old road of the Feinbaum days of the things that Paul and I used to do and the things that we would lose our jobs if we did them today based on the things that we did back then.
Listen, Pat, before I got into sports radio, I spent 15 years in rock radio. I've had multiple bosses fired for accepting cocaine as a bribe to play a new song. The Wild West of radio did not end until the late 90s.
Yeah. I remember.
So they would get cocaine to play a new song?
Yeah. Listen, even though, like, I think this is a bad example because the song ended up becoming a big hit, but I remember when Fastball's The Way came out. You remember that song from like 97, 98? Big hit at alternative radio. I remember that we added it, and down in Mobile at 92 Zoo, and within like 2 or 3 weeks, I had a brand new boss and found out why.
Yeah. Radio went through an interesting time with the old Pale
And that was
that
The
type of
Way
stuff.
by Fastball? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, not a great example because it ends up becoming a big hit. Like usually you save the cocaine for the songs that aren't going to get added otherwise.
You never know what kind of road we're going to go down with Demetri.
You really don't.
I've lived a varied life, gentlemen.
We understand that. Well, Demetri, what's on tap this weekend in the Ravanos house now that you're back in the States?
Yeah, I am. I'm taking my daughter to a Broadway show. We're going to go see The Wiz. I mean, Broadway on tour. We're not going to New York. And then other than that, a whole lot of fighting jet lag, boys.
Okay.
I assumed you were going to Greece.
Yeah, for the weekend.
Oh, no, the
Like
musical.
I told you, I've done it once.
No, the musical.
Oh, the musical.
musical.
Sure. Sure. So my daughter, huge musical fan. Me, I'm full of unpopular musical opinions. I don't get Hamilton. I don't get Grease. I don't understand why some of these shows that become huge hits. But The Wiz, all day long. Give me singing and dancing Wizard of Oz all day.
Well, one day we're going to get Derek Dooley Goes to Washington. That's going to be a musical.
And it'll be literally him there touring with his kids because it won't be serving.
Demetri, thank you so much. You brighten our day.
Always a pleasure, boys. Thanks so much.
Demetri Ravanos. SEC Unfiltered, college football bubble bath. You need to watch it if you haven't, and he has that thing up and running 365 days a year. We continue here on Three Man Front. Your phone calls and your texts are welcome.
It is 12:17. Welcome back on this Friday. 1-800-239-WJOX. That's the phone number. 205-834-9450 is the number.
According to Demetri, 1 8-ball later.
Yeah.
This became a hit.
Yeah, I can see why. This sounds terrible so far. I'm not a fan.
Well, it's about
You
to
never
kick
heard
in
this?
right here.
Yeah, wait
Let's
for
see.
it,
Hold
Conrad.
on.
Turn it up.
Okay, it's better now.
Well, not tremendously better, but
No, but somewhat.
better than the very beginning.
Well, the main chorus is
Yeah. It's coming up.
it's coming up.
We'll see what Conrad thinks once the chorus kicks in. Feel free to sing along,
Everybody, if you
Conrad.
know it.
Put your hands together.
Rod and the wind is not in stone. Now it's not it's old. Never is only, never is only.
What do you think? 2 thumbs up, Conrad?
This is the most 5 out of 10 average song I've ever heard.
Is this going to go on your iPod shuffle?
It is not.
I don't know if this dude smokes cigarettes, but I don't think that he got capped and killed.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know why I threw capped in there. I know. used that term in 12 years. I don't think that he was fatally shot.
You don't think he's on the Alabama
I'm just going
practice
back.
playlist?
I'm going back to a couple of artists that came up early in the week. You were familiar with their work, and both of them tragically died at
Yes. From senseless violence, Landry.
senseless violence.
That's right.
Let's go to the phones. 1-800-239. But before that, there was a rumor going around because we just got this sound just a few moments ago. So we're going to play this for you before we get to the phone calls because we've got a full bank of calls right now waiting. So we'll get to those momentarily. There was a rumor going around at LSU that Nussmeier was injured. And some folks were declaring it that it was a extremely bad knee injury.
I mean, we're talking ACL,
Yeah.
season ending.
Season ending. That was the rumor going around. Well, Garrett Nussmeier is not participating in practice today. His head coach, Brian Kelly, addressed the media moments ago.
Just for the record, he has tendonitis, patella tendonitis. He does not have a torn ACL. We have not amputated his leg. He has a PO'd, and you know the initials of that, patella tendon. He was out there today throwing. Tomorrow he'll be back out, most likely in a practice situation. So I thought we'd calm everybody down.
Let's load up on Clemson.
So there was no amputation, according to Brian Kelly.
No, there was not. He still has both legs.
Okay, good. He also went on to say that on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a 1.5.
Yeah, it's
a
nothing burger.
Yeah, it's nothing.
So good news for LSU.
So we know how the interwebs can be sometimes.
Yeah.
And the message boards.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had somebody call or text in yesterday asking, about Garrett Nussmeier. So there you go. Little boo-boo, he'll be fine.
He is good to go. When it comes to your roof, you need a company you can trust, a company that delivers on its promises. In Trussville and the surrounding Birmingham area, that company is Abide Roofing, and their customers agreed. Abide is rocking a perfect 5-star rating on Google. And here's just what a few homeowners have been saying about Abide Roofing. Abide Roofing is trustworthy, easy to work with. They work hard and have strong values. They're always willing to help, going above and beyond. If you're looking for someone honest, hardworking, and reliable, Abide Roofing is your team. They know the industry inside and out. So just a few customers on what they had to say about Abide Roofing. Another customer also went on to say that they had an employee at their home on Memorial Day morning to repair a leak on the roof. Abide Roofing puts its customers first, and I am firsthand knowledge of that as they put a brand new roof on my house just a couple of years ago, and I have the peace of mind of knowing that it was done right. The materials out of this world, great. Honesty, transparency, the follow-through is incredible. The number for Abide Roofing is 205-941-6223, or visit abideroof.com. That's ABIDE roof, ROOF.com. So that's Abide Roofing, 205-941-6223. Let's get to your phone calls. It's been a while since we've taken some. Let's go to Cowboy next, who joins us here on Three Man Front. Hey, Cowboy.
How you doing, you guys?
Cowboy, how are you? How's everything in the state of Texas?
Oh, it's hot. I was in Alabama last weekend, Gulf Shores area. It was fun, but back out here now. But Tuesday night I was watching ESPN, and a deal came up, and I said, I got to call you guys' show and talk to Pat because I think he might be the only guy that would remember. They said this weekend Major League Baseball is going to have a woman umpire. And there was a guy that would call Doug Layton's show. Maybe he called Feinbaum. His name was King from Annisburg, a community there in Birmingham, and would always say, Doug, when is Major League Baseball going to get a woman umpire? Well, if King in Annisburg is listening, your wish has been granted. And this weekend, starting tonight, there will be a woman umpire in Major League Baseball.
You know, you are the second person that has communicated to me and asked me that question, because it was a famous caller to this radio station back in the day with Doug Layton. He did try to call the Feinbaum show a couple of times, and he would say the same thing as you just mentioned, Cowboy, is that Major League Baseball. And think about this: this was 25 years ago or 30 years ago. And the guy was saying that Major League Baseball needs to have a female umpire. And then he would hang up.
Yep.
Like that would be his routine. He would call in, he would say his piece, and then he'd move on. It'd be like a 20-second phone conversation. But he's getting his wish. You're absolutely right, Cowboy.
Yep.
It is happening. I've not heard that gentleman in a very long time. I'm not sure if he's still with us or not. But if he is, then he'll be smiling tonight because there will be a female umpire in Major League Baseball.
That's right. And Cowboy Joe DeLeonard, he remembered him. I was calling it Annie's Town, but he said it was Annisburg.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
He was awesome. He would go all as well, and Doug, and you know, it was always a highlight to hear that.
Oh, yeah.
An old friend of ours, Lee Davis, he would get a kick out of hearing that call.
Oh, yeah, and it would irritate Lee, too, because Lee was a purist.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing against a female umpire, but, you know, Lee was one of those that if you called in the radio show and said, hey, did you hear the rumor, Lee, that Alabama's going to put an elephant on the side of the helmet, Lee would have a conniption fit. Because, I mean, he was such old school that he did not want Alabama to change anything at any time.
No, sir. Lee was always – I question why he likes Howard Schnellenberger so much, but I did a little research and I figured it out. Lee's ideal head coach for Alabama after Coach Bryant was – I mean, he okayed with Perkins, but he loved Howard Schnellenberger.
Yep, Schnellenberger was good back in the day.
Yeah. Well, good deal. So what are you guys hearing out of camp these days?
What I've been hearing is that it's been extremely positive. They really like the defense. They feel like the defense can be one of the better ones that's been in Tuscaloosa for quite some time. Quarterback situation, no big surprise. It's Ty Simpson. Don't be surprised if you don't see Keelan Russell to get a little bit of time when there's an opportunity in regards to if Alabama gets well ahead of somebody, but they feel really good so far. And of course, tomorrow will be the first scrimmage for the Tide. So there'll be a lot of information that comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, well, that's good. But I tell you, impressive body on video and pictures is that Austin Mack. Now, he's got the NFL looking body.
Yeah, he's 6'6". Yeah, he's a tall drink of water, man. Yeah, they really like what he has, and he's young, so he's got a lot to grow into.
It was good talking to you guys, and I'll leave it with all is well. There's a woman umpire in Major League Baseball for King in Arnisburg.
Thank you very much, Cowboy, for giving us a call. Cowboy giving us a shout in the great state of Texas. 1-800-239-WJOX is the phone number.
That's Kalen DeBoer's biggest fan, right? Cowboy?
Cowboy's had some interesting things to say about Kalen DeBose.
He was not a big fan of him after season number 1.
No.
Couldn't tell it from that phone call, though.
No.
He's optimistic, like Conrad and so many others.
That's right.
It's
the only way to be.
Do we get a report out of practice tomorrow that Ty Simpson is the second coming of
Arch Manning?
Yeah, that's where I was going. That's exactly where I was
All right,
going.
so speaking of that, I saw an article. We got time to run this real quick, if you guys will allow me to.
What old grandpa said?
No. This is an article from USA Today. This appeared in the Tennessean. And here are 10 wild predictions for the 2025 SEC season. You ready for these?
Oh, yeah.
Oklahoma wins the SEC with a revamped offense behind transfer quarterback John Mateer and a new offensive coordinator, Ben Arbuckle.
Okay. Would be wild, but not the craziest thing.
Number 2, Tennessee quarterback Joey Aguilar, a transfer from UCLA via App State, will have a better season than former Tennessee and current UCLA quarterback Nico Iamaleava.
Okay.
Alabama will play 3 quarterbacks in 2025 and not make the college football playoff.
That would be bad. That would be concerning. No doubt about it.
Number 4, according to the Tennessean, quarterback DJ Lagway will start and finish every Florida game, and the Gators will reach the college football playoff.
That is a bold take.
That might be the boldest take of all of them so far.
Number 5, Texas will beat defending national champion Ohio State in the season opener and lose 4 weeks later in their SEC opener at Florida.
Okay. Well, we talked to Eric Henry this week. He said Florida was maybe that trap game.
Number 6, LSU will lose at Clemson on August the 30th, a 4th consecutive season opening loss for Coach Brian Kelly, and still make the college football playoff.
Okay, that's the least spicy take so far.
Number 7, Mark Stoops will be the first coach fired in the SEC and will be owed $37.5 million per his contract.
Okay. Could see that.
Number 8, and this has a tie-in with the SEC. Syracuse coach Fran Brown, a former Georgia assistant under Kirby Smart, will have his choice of any open SEC job.
I think Fran Brown's a great coach.
I do too.
Big fan of him.
Number 9, the SEC will have 2 Heisman Trophy finalists, Mateer and South Carolina quarterback Lenora Sellers.
I could see it.
Yeah, that's not too crazy.
And the final hot take, according to the Tennessean, Georgia loses to Florida for the first time since 2020, one of 3 regular season losses by the Bulldogs. The 3 losses will be Florida at Jacksonville, at Auburn, and Georgia Tech.
Wow.
Kirby takes the Cowboys job.
So I guess based on that, Georgia and Alabama would both be on the outside looking in of the playoff.
Hot seats for Kirby Smart and Kalen DeBoer.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be something?
What if we're talking about Auburn and Florida in the college football playoff and Alabama and Georgia not?
All right, we'll continue this conversation on the other side. This is 3-Man Front on Jocks. 1234, 1-800-239-WJOX on this Friday. Appreciate you tuning us in. Molly is out. She'll be back with us on Monday. Myself, Landrum Conrad, with you until 2 o'clock. Right here on Jocks. The number's 1-800-239-WJOX. The courtesy GMC text line 205-834-9450. Let's go to Don, who joins us here on the program. Hey, Don.
What's up? What's up, my friends? How are you guys?
What's happening today?
Man, hey, what you just read, what did you say that was USA Today?
Yes, that is the Tennessean, which is part of the USA Today network. They're predicting 3 losses for the Georgia Bulldogs, including at Auburn and losing to Georgia Tech.
And PG's Florida Gators too, right?
That is correct, yes.
Well, I just texted PG and said, "Man, you're gonna love this article." But me and him need to look at that one and everything. Now, did he say that? And but hey, Pat, I can't really. Did you say that they are scrimmaging right now?
Some of the reports I was getting, they were, yeah.
Yeah, I've been working and everything, and they really didn't tell us on the Auburn on 3 what time they were doing it, but I think Freeze wanted to do it kind of in the middle of the day for the heat to make sure that his guys are, what they do in the heat of the day instead of early in the morning.
Yeah, they were supposed to do 30. They were supposed to do, I think, around 80 plays total.
Right. I read this morning they're going to do 30 plays, 1 versus 1s, 30 plays with the 2s versus 2s, and then 30 plays with the 3s. That way, all 3 quarterbacks get 30 snaps.
Yeah.
And has there? I mean, did I hear y'all say that Deuce Knight went 14 out of 15? Is that what I heard?
No, not on this show. No, we haven't. I've not seen that or heard that.
I heard Landry talking about a backup quarterback. I guess he wasn't talking about.
I was telling a story about what Coach Bill Clark told on the Bill Clark show here on Jocks.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, no, you're right. You're right what you said, Landrum. Sometimes that's the ones going up, like a 2 going up against like walk-ons and stuff. I agree with you on that. But let me ask y'all's opinion on the first scrimmage of the year. And Conrad, I want your input on this too. If your defense is not ahead of your offense in the first scrimmage, then you're in trouble. Now, I'm not sure if y'all agree with that, and that goes to every scrimmage report I've ever read in the last 20 years, the defense always wins the first one, okay? Do y'all agree with me on that?
Yeah, most of the time. And the one thing about the first scrimmage of the year, this scrimmage is important for the coaches because this pretty much sets the stage for your depth chart, moving forward. Like who's going to get the amount of work moving forward. So it's usually that third scrimmage, or really the second one, I should say, because the third one, you're just trying not to get the ones hurt, so to speak. But the second one is pretty much the one that they pay the most attention to in regards to trying to get the work done.
Okay. Also, too, Pat, I hope you got my text the other day when I texted you. The kid that we're hoping to get tonight on the Rivals prediction machine, we got a 88% chance of getting him. Rivals has him as the number 2 receiver and the number 17 overall. But like I told you, when you go to 247, he's ranked 190. I mean, the rating system in ESPN, ESPN barely has the kid in their top 300. I just don't understand how they rate kids anymore.
Yeah, I mean, each one is kind of like the College Football Playoff Selection Committee. They have this proprietary information of how they come about their numbers. Because listen, there have been times when there's been kids that were 3 stars, and then all of a sudden they commit to a certain school, and then all of a sudden they become a 4, and then maybe even get a 5th star. So
I used to call it the Bama bump.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to say that.
That's right. Well, guys, one last thing. I really thank y'all for letting me be a part of last Tuesday. That was a lot of fun. But I've already made my concession speech in the morning to Damien, and Conrad will tell you that. And actually, somebody today, and Conrad got a good laugh out of this morning too. Somebody, after I made my phone call today, Pat Landrum, they go, "Is there still a beef between Don and Damien?" And on my behalf, no, to let everybody know. Me and Damien are fine on my behalf, and I hope he feels the same way. And by golly, he did win the competition yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But of course, I think there was only was like 3 participants.
There were 4.
Conrad, you didn't try to get in that?
I had to do this thing we call work, so no, I was unfortunately not able to do that.
Well, if you could have, you would have participated, right?
Yeah, and I probably would. I'll be honest, I don't think that I would beat Damien, considering he was a college athlete and I was not.
You were not a punter?
No, I was not.
Okay, well, Landrum, what about you?
Well, he was doing the radio show.
Yeah, and I'm old.
Well, I know that, but if you could have, I mean, you too, Pat, you guys would have tried, right?
I mean,
bowling and golf is about as active as I want to be.
I mean, I've been known to get out before a Hewitt Trustful football game to throw the pigskin around and try to kick some angled field goals.
There you go. And
but I was a barefoot kicker. I was a barefoot kicker.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Cool.
I was straight on,
guys,
too.
Well, thank you, guys.
Straight on, barefoot.
Thank you, guys. And Pat,
you tape your toes together.
And Pat, if you'll let me, Tuesday, because I'm gonna be gone next weekend on my beautiful cruise that I'm going on. So I feel terrible about missing the dadgum kickoff event. That's the only bad thing about me going. So I guess I'm still on probation for missing that, right, Pat?
Well, we've had a board meeting scheduled for next week, so I'll let you know the results.
All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you, guys, and all 3 of y'all have a great weekend.
You too, Don. Thank
Thanks,
you for the
Don.
call. Let's go to Chris next here on Jocks. Hey, Chris.
What's going on, guys? Let me preach for you a second. It's crazy how I was ignored as the first original Vandy hype man and so able to speak of football ever again. And for Damian Post wearing the Vandy shirt, I'm looking directly at you now to where it's all in talks.
Oh, hold on, Chris. Hold on a second. Chris, is there any way that we can bury the hatchet between you and Damien?
That's up to him. At this point, that's up to him.
I mean, we did it with Don, so
I know,
surely we could do it with Chris.
Yeah,
right?
Don and Damien.
What did you do to make him so mad?
That is Landrum. That is the $1 billion question.
I thought it was a joke at first, but it's not a joke.
I love to know myself, and I'll say this so much on it. I'm willing to debate him on Tuesday if you like, but I guess it's not happening. I guess, but also I said I wanted to talk about 3 things. My opinions on those Jocks debates. Greg taking Conrad's high expectations to school on Mac and Cube yesterday, and Heather then has shown once again she needs to stick to Indiana basketball and leave college football field altogether. Conrad, that your debate wasn't even close to a debate anymore. More like a schooling. Honestly, Conrad went a little light on the issue. I felt he glossed over too much, and that was strength of schedule. Because you could have leaned more into that. Because when asked about it, I looked back, he just kind of silenced up. And Speaking of taking to school, G-Mac on Mac and Cube in the morning yesterday told Conrad and the too quick to have high expectations for Bama fans for the board in year one. I always preach about to take out their notes and have a perspective like I always say it to you. And speaking on expectations, I'm going to lead Heather Dennis to rip up her credentials on live syndicated television, calling Bama overrated because she's always signing onto this immediate expectations without perspective that I always preach about. Because if she had some good perspective, she'd realize, like many properly rated, you can't properly rate a program only off one season of work. Can you guys understand what I'm saying so far?
So far, yes.
Well, can I ask you a question real quick, Chris?
All right.
So what's your expectation for Alabama this year? Since last year's over, we got the first year out of the way. Are you back to expecting a playoff appearance for Alabama or no?
Yes and no, because again, you have to build. You can't immediately expect within a year, first year, 2 time span. Even Saban lost to ULM his first year, and the next year he didn't even make it to the SEC championship to the third year. So it's like you have to progress time. It's like, to me, it's like someone who's a gym rat, but they had to take time off, right? Whereas the gym rat being the Bama program itself, time off because of circumstances, being Saban leaving and the majority of the staff and the players in transfer portal, i.e. NIL stuff, to be in the time off, and then you can't just come back in immediately the day when you decide to do a whole new workout routine, just try to lift the whole weight room, i.e. the expectations that Conrad and most believe that. You have to have to progress. You have to diet plan. You have to work certain upper body, lower body. You can't just lift up the whole weight room. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I guess I think a lot of people just look at the situation Kalen DeBoer took over was a lot different than the situation that Nick Saban took over. And while it took 3 years to win a national championship, he did play for an SEC championship in year 2 when they went undefeated in the regular season and then lost to Florida.
But if you have perspective, though, that the Saban era compared to nowadays is a totally different thing. We have players. You see Texas Tech compared to where Texas Tech was back in the Saban era. Like there's high parity here, is it not?
Yeah, no, there's definitely more parity, but I also think Kalen DeBoer had a lot more to work with last year than Nick Saban did in 2007, personally.
And ironically, you can even give to a point where parity to a point. You can give Diego Pavia's comments some grounding. So,
Landrum better hope that's not the case.
Yeah, I would say you better put some ice on those here if possible.
I'm looking forward to getting Landrum. Yeah.
Take care.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah. Appreciate the phone call. 1-800-239-WJOX. When we come back on 3-Man Front, AL.com is reporting another Auburn player has been arrested. We'll tell you who it is next. It's 12:50. Welcome back. This is 3-Man Front on this Friday. AL.com is reporting that Auburn freshman tight end has been arrested on a felony drug charge. Auburn freshman tight end Hollis Davidson III was arrested in Georgia on a felony charge of possession of a Schedule I controlled substance, according to an arrest report obtained by AL.com. The arrest occurred on July 28th, one day before Auburn players reported to preseason camp. According to an Auburn spokesperson, Davidson has been suspended from the team for violation of team rules. Davidson was with the team at the beginning of preseason camp, but limited in practice due to an injury. According to the arrest report, Davidson was found to be in possession of a THC vape and an unspecified amount of loose marijuana on June the 19th. Davidson was contacted by the officer at the scene when he was found loitering at a closed business near a black golf cart, the report said. According to the report, Davidson placed an item inside the golf cart, and the officer reported smelling the odor of marijuana, constituting probable cause for a search. The vape was sent to a lab for testing and tested positive for Delta-9 concentrate of 1.42%, the report said. A warrant was issued for Davidson's arrest on July 26th. He was booked in the Fayette County Jail at 7:29 a.m. on July 28th, according to booking records. Bail was set at $5,000, and he was bailed out the next day on July the 29th. Davidson was a 3-star recruit for Auburn's 2025 signing class, joining Ryan Gee as one of the 2 tight end signees. He becomes the 3rd Auburn player that has been arrested in July, joining DJ Barber and Malcolm Simmons. And speaking of Malcolm Simmons, this morning it was reported at the Lee County Justice Center that Malcolm Simmons' defense attorneys, they have requested youthful offender status to the judge. So no word yet on the judge if he has granted that or not. A youthful offender status is available for anyone under 20 years of age in the state of Alabama. If granted, Simmons will not enter into a jury trial, and every record involved in the case will be closed off to the public.
I wonder if Hollis Davidson, I don't know. I know that they have youthful offender in Georgia. Does his attorney do the same thing?
Right.
But based on the report that you just read about what he was found in possession of, it did not give the specified amount of the loose marijuana. But
correct.
If it was not a huge amount, I could see maybe where maybe he gets reinstated after. I'm not saying for the season. Maybe eventually. Maybe not. I was going back to what DJ Barber was arrested for. The Auburn linebacker, what, about a month ago?
Yeah, in the month of July. Mm-hmm.
Which was, according to the reports, a large amount of marijuana with intent to sell. Not saying any of this was right, but given that description, who knows?
Yeah, Barber was he was arrested on charges of trafficking in marijuana, unlawful possession of a controlled substance, and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. The arrest came after a traffic stop in Dadeville where 2.5 pounds of marijuana.
That's a lot.
THC vapes, digital scales, marijuana packaging, $1,897 in U.S. currency, and a Glock pistol was recovered in the vehicle.
That's a lot. Not just the weed, the scales, the cash.
That's a lot.
A district attorney's like, okay, well, that's my entire case. Well, hopefully that young man gets his stuff together if he's convicted. But that is 3 now and counting in the preseason.
And one of them this morning, Malcolm Simmons, his attorneys have asked for youthful offender status. No word from the Lee County whether that has been accepted or not.
Any more updates from the Auburn scrimmage?
I've not seen anything.
Okay.
Alabama will be having their scrimmage tomorrow. They're in Bryant-Denny Stadium. We'll see how that offensive line, Jaden Roberts has been working with the twos. Has a lot of people questioning what's going on, but not in a bad way or a good way, just the fact that he's a guy that started a lot of games for you on the offensive line.
What wide receiver will blow our minds and then absolutely disappear during the regular season?
Don't you think Rico Scott might be that guy?
Been hearing a lot of good things about him.
Yep.
There always seems to be that one, though.
Yep. A couple years ago, it was Landrum's guy from Louisville. Man, he loved him.
Tyler Harrell.
You were a big Ajayi Hall fan.
No, it's Tyler Harrell.
A lot of people were.
He's still destined to do great things.
He just couldn't stay healthy.
No, he couldn't.
One more hour to go. Hope you'll join us right here on Jock's 3-Man Front.